Hello everyone, here's Chen Atabey. So today I'm gonna ask some questions to Atabey, and I want to ask, what is self-love? Hmm. Hmm.
Well, this is another one of these rabbit holes that goes on for all eternity. To understand self-love, we need to understand two. It's quite simple, no? It's two words: self and love. Um, so let's start with the self.
Mhm.
Who is this self? Who is this self that we're talking about in the first place? Many of the great masters and teachers for the last few thousand years talk about the self as being something that is beyond this body, something that is beyond this name, something that is not my my identity, something that is not my voice, something that is not my thoughts, something that is not what I wear or what I like or what I dislike. It's not what's going to happen to me in the future. It's not what's happened to me in the past. This self that I am is something that has been here for all of eternity, is here now in this present moment. And it's not just here, it's also here and here and here and here and here, everywhere. Uh, so this self has been here and there and everywhere before I was born, is here, there, and everywhere right here and now, and will continue to be here, there, and everywhere for the rest of eternity. Hmm. That's a pretty big self we've got there, huh? Yes, we can talk about it, blah 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 blah, and then you can have ideas about it, and that's cool. We can understand it in the mind and write books about it and yap about it all day, which is cute. But in order to have self-love, first we have to experience it, right? So it's not enough to understand that I'm not this body. It's not enough to understand that I'm also that body and also that body. It's not enough to understand that I have to literally experience it. Okay. So how do we do that? Um, well, I would argue it's quite simple. We really just don't have to do anything. Sounds easy, but try to do nothing. But when you do it, then you'll experience it. And so that's the first step, right? Experience yourself as being limitless, as being boundless, as being everything, everywhere, all the time. Which is, by the way, just the nature of your being, the true, deepest nature of your being, which you can experience in a very profound way. Oh, there's also other ways that are perhaps maybe easier, depends. Um, there are different chemical substances that you can intake that will unlock these states of consciousness. They're pretty much illegal everywhere around the world, but they exist. So that's another tool that can be used to have a sense of who the self is. So that's the first step. It's kind of this awareness, this recognition that yeah, that everything that is happening everywhere in the world. So all of the things that you really love, that child who's eating their first bite of strawberry ice cream for the very first time, the the uh, the business owner who just closed their biggest month ever, the mom who's very proud of her kid making the honor roll, the chef who just baked the most delicious croissant on the planet. You're all of that. Not only the chef, but also the croissant, and also the person who eats the croissant, and also the croissant as it's being eaten and digested, and also the croissant as it's being pooped out and flushed down the toilet. So you're all of that, um, all at once. And so not only the things that you love, but also the things that you maybe don't like so much. So like your neighbor that you don't like because of their skin color, or your school teacher that you don't like because of the way that they talk, or your or the people around on the other side of the world that you judge for holding guns to other people's heads. So you're also that. So all of it, right? You're the ocean and you're the plastic in the ocean. You're the river and you're the toxic waste that's floating in the river. You are the yeah, you are the rain and also the microplastic that's raining down with it. So you're all of it.
Hmm.
And so yeah, first let's take a deep breath into that, right? So you can understand it all you want. And yeah, easy enough to understand. But to experience it is quite humbling, right? Because you don't just experience that which is which you normally think of as like, oh yeah, I'd really love to experience being a tree. Yeah, it's nice to be a tree, right? It feels great. I'd really love to experience being a mountain. Wow, how nice! You know, the mountain is so peaceful, just chilling there. Um, yeah, but you're also the ant rushing around during a storm, trying to get back into the anthill. That's a difficult experience to have. And you're also the yeah, you're also the countless lives that have been abused and enslaved for thousands of years, leading up to this particular moment, and also here right now. Those are difficult lives to experience. Um, but yeah, but this is it, right? This is it. This is the first step. Self love, right? I mean, two words: self love. We're just still on self. Uh-huh. So that's the first step. It's this recognition of the self, and it's no. I've been talking about it for what, like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, and that's and I've said a lot, but it really just scratched the surface. Because it's not just the people, right? Literally, like it's not also not just the rivers and the forests. It's the planet. It's the galaxies. And it's not just in this moment. It's for all of eternity, from the moment of the Big Bang and all of the orgasmic chaos that has been unfolding ever since, right? So you're all of it, all of it. It's fucking massive, right? So it's number one, it's an overwhelming experience. Who you are is an overwhelming experience, which is probably why, right? It makes sense that you wouldn't be experiencing yourself all the time, because then how could you, how could you like go to the kitchen to make a pot of rice for your lover? Like, it would be difficult if I'm stuck being a mountain and like, or you're like being a honeybee making honey for the queen bee. It's like there's a lot going on all the time. So it makes sense that we have to filter it out and be just this little bit for a bit, right? But even this little bit, so like is so perfect because all of that totality of reality would not be complete without this little bit sitting here with these cute little clothes and yapping away at the camera, like the whole of it would be missing something, something really really tiny, right? It's like a it's like a grain of sand on one beach, and there are how many beaches and how many grains of sand, it's like that. But the beach wouldn't be complete without that grain of sand. So how cool that we get to be also the little grain of sand. Um, and so really, self is both and is all of it, right? So it's all of it and also this little bit. And in order to love ourselves, we need to be intimate with ourselves, because you
Hmm.
cannot love that which you do not know.
Hmm.
Hmm? You need to know who it is this self is. And so yeah, we got to know all of that totality shit. We got to be in there, we got to be in that juiciness, and like we got to be that sun going supernova and just releasing all of itself and literally like splattering all over the fucking galaxy. Yeah, that's happening right now. And we also got to be here in this small room on this planet, breathing this air, and a little sick here, a little stuffy there, a little shoulder pain here. Yeah, all of that. Though, yeah. Okay, so both of these have to be really, really intimate with all of the totality, all of the magnificence of the grandness of this reality, and also the mundanity of this particular reality, which contains everything, right? So it's difficult to separate, but yes, there is some conceptual separation that needs to be there. And so now we're kind of like now in this ego plane, right? Okay, yeah. So this personality that I get to play with, I get to cultivate. There's no attachment to it. It's flexible thing. It's fluid. It's like water, right? So today, I go swimming almost every day. Like someday the ocean, is transparent. Some days the oceans is very murky. Some days I see many fish. Some days I don't see anyone. Some days there's death. So the personality is like this, and I can be who I can play in this personality in whichever ways I want, and it's fun. But then there's another depth even to that, right? We can go even one like zoom in even more, and then there's like an actual essence of my being, which is not that grandness. It's actually much more individualized. So it only belongs to me. Um, and um, and then this is kind of like an element of the soul, an element of my own particular, like of the fingerprint of this totality that happens to be left imprinted on my experience of being alive. And this I also should understand and get to know
Mm.
really, really, really well. And these are things like I carry the gift of word. Huh? I can yap. I can talk to you about these things. This is a gift. This is part of the fingerprint gifted to me in this soul. Like you've got yours, and we all have ours, and it's up to us to uncover and to polish them and to just to make them shine, huh? Because this is like an essence. We carry this essence that can shine through, and then we can have it flow out of these bodies and through our ego in whichever million ways that we want. And all of this is just one grain of sand, and the totality of the cosmic reality, which is also who we are. So there's this right three-dimensional
Mm.
reality. This is who
Mm.
I am, right? So self. This is self. So once I get to first, I gotta really know myself. Right? I gotta know
Mhm.
all of that. I gotta
Mm.
I have to know it so well that there's that I don't have to think about it. It's just, I have access to it. Right? I know. There's a
Mm.
knowing. There's not a thought. I don't think about like, oh, I wonder if I'm like the moon and how it feels when the sun gives me light. Not like you just know. Wow, it feels fucking amazing when the sun is giving me light, just loving me, and I get to shine this, reflect a little bit of this light back at the earth. It's like wow, I get like my whole being radiates. Yes, like you have to know, right? Because this is who I am. And I
Mm.
also have to know, yeah, I gotta travel to these very dark fucking places. I gotta find the nugget of information so I can share it with the world, right? So there's also like this. And then, yeah, and I can play my personality. Yes, today I look like this. Today I wear a suit, and tomorrow I wear nothing. So all of it has to be there. Self.
Mm.
And then love. Okay, so self was a bit of a mouthful. I don't know. I don't know if love is I don't know if love is so complicated, you know.
It could be.
Or it could be, I guess. But somehow love is like, you know, this is love.
Mm.
This is love. Love is just holding all of it like this. There's not this. Here there's nothing. And there's no space here. I can't hold anything here. There's nothing here in my hands. But here now suddenly I'm holding everything.
Mm.
And this is love. This is love. Like this is it. Right? So this is self-love. Like knowing who I am and living my life like this.
Mm.
This is self-love. Whatever comes, I receive. Like you give you give me pain, thank you. You give me joy, thank you. You give me a breath, thank you. You give me tea, thank you. You give me food, thank you. You give me a broken foot, thank you. It doesn't matter, like everything, thank you. You give me a broken heart, thank you. You give me betrayal, thank you. You give me, you fill my bank account, thank you. You empty my bank account, thank you. Better luck next time. So it's like this, huh? Just live like this. This is love. And like this is, so what is here, right? There's an aperture, like there's an openness. I receive. Whatever comes, there's a deep, 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 deep acceptance. Whatever comes, it's all good. Because who am I? Eh? I'm everything. Who gives a shit? I'm also nothing. Who gives a shit? Um, and so everything, yeah, everything's good. I receive. And there's also like, what's the other thing that comes in this? When with this, like just written, implied in this gesture, there's gratitude. It doesn't like you give me anything you give me. There's gratitude because I'm open. I'm open. Yeah, and even you give me nothing. There's still gratitude there because nothing I'm light. Because even this nothing, there's something, everything. So yeah, self-love, right? That's it. Just know yourself, know myself. Sounds easy. Good luck. And then just live like this, just like this.
Mm. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Ah, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Mm. And breath. Mm. Thank you if you made it to listen and watch until here. And yeah, now we all know ourselves and know how to love, how to self-love. And may these prayers be benefits to all beings.